Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and happy Tuesday to you. It's time for stories and stamps, and I have some great cards for you. I've decided to do a simple card and then a stepped up version, and you can decide which one you like the best. After this video, I am going to go to um, Staples, or I don't even know what the other one is called, and I am going to look for an external speaker because I keep hearing that the volume is simply not sufficient. So I don't know what's going on, but it will be fixed. So bear with me for this last video, and hopefully after this, the volume will be better. Okay, so let's take a look. I am going to be using this stamp set, and you might not be able to read what it says. The English version is called Irresistible Blooms, but I'm actually not using the stamp set. I'm going to be using the dies. Last week you saw me use this die. This week we're going to use this one. So what we're going to do is we're first going to die cut, and look, these are the cards. I might use different colors, I'm not sure. So this is the simple version, and this is the stepped up version. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the opening in our card fronts. And the card front is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And we just cut an opening in here, run it through the die cutting machine, and then we'll do the same thing in this. And I don't do it on screen. I find it just way too much of a hassle. If you ever want a demonstration of exactly how the die cutting machine works, let me know, okay? Okay, I'm back, did the die cutting, and now this is the fun part. So this one we are going to emboss, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to do on white and which one I'm going to do on blue, but I kind of go like this to decide where do I want this scenery to go. Do I want more flowers? Do I want all flowers? Both of them look nice, but I kind of like it like a little bit like that. So I can just cut off 4 inches, and then I have 2 inches left that I can do something else with. So this is really pretty. And then for the white one, take a look. So it's just really lovely paper. The paper is called Meandering Meadows, and it's part of the online exclusives, as is the Irresistible Blooms. So we have a whole hidden list of products that are not in any of our catalogs. So be sure to check them out. I will include the link as well in my YouTube video, so you can check it out. Now, the links are only good for my Canadian web shop. So if you want to shop with me in Europe, just send me a message and I will give you links for that. I just don't want to pay in 2 countries. It gets quite expensive. And see, so I don't like this tree in the middle. The tree along the side is really nice. Yeah, I like this too. And the thing is, if I go to one side, then I have this whole strip that I can use on something else. But you can also decide how low or how high. See, that's kind of pretty. I love with the pink flowers in between. So once I've decided, then I kind of hold this up as a guide, get my trimmer in. So first I'll cut off the 2 inches off the side, okay? So I'm just gonna flip it. So the 2 inches comes off that side. Here we go. And then I can use this on another card. And then here, now I'm going to hold it up and see how I want it. That's too much sky for me. I want a little bit more of the pink. So actually I can line it up with the bottom. I'm just going to cut off. This is 5 3/8. So 5 3/8. I'm just cutting off a little bit on the top. In fact, I'll cut off a wee little bit more just to make sure nothing is hiding underneath. Nothing's going to stick out. And I might just trim a little bit off the one side too, just so that if I don't glue it perfectly, I'm not going to have anything peeking out. There. Okay, and you can see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but my track has some junk in it. I need to clean that out, and then my trimmer, my blade, will work much better. Okay, so this white card is going to go like so, and it's going to go on. Oh, and I did, look at this. On my original, I did a little mat of light blue. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. We're going to get a white card base. The white card base is your regular measurement. So it's 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And you could just do a white on white and have just a very light card. and then we're going to stamp our hello, and then we're going to put a bird on there. So I'm going to get my Meandering Meadows or my Garden Meadows stamp set. Okay, are you ready to see the Garden Meadows stamp set? Here it is. And all I'm going to use is this one and the hello. And I'll tell you why. So we'll do the hello first. I have since bought better magnets. These magnets are from the dollar store and they fall off. I bought some great ones from Amazon. I should share the link so you can get them too. Okay, so let's get the hello here. And we're going to stamp the hello on this side because my bird is going to face to the right. So let's get started. I'm using Memento Black. And let's just kind of line this up. I should have it straight there. That's good. And I think right down here, hello. The nice thing about this hello is that it's cursive. And so it's not like, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It's hard to get it really, really crooked. Okay, we'll put the lid on that. And did you know that you have to store your memento upside down? That way the ink stays nicely at the top of your ink pad. So now we're going to take some crumb cake. Now, I'm going to cut out a bird from this Flight and Airy paper. It is free with a celebration purchase. I want this bird right here. I already have one cut out here. This kind of gives me the size of it. And I want him to go like this, but it's not going to be this bird. But that will give me an idea of where it's going to go. Okay. I'm going to stamp the bird. I don't want the bird just floating on my card. I want the bird grounded. So we're going to do this. Move the bird out of the way. And then just stamp again a couple times. And that way it's not solid. I'm going to stamp off on my glass plate. There. That looks nice. Now it's kind of not so. I'm going to stamp off again. Kind of go in between there. Oh, maybe he's getting a little bit of a lot of ground now. But I like that. I don't like it that it's like just one solid line. Okay. So now we're going to cut out our bird. And when I cut one of these birds, I always start with the hardest part. So I'm going to start with the little feet, and I'm just going to go around. You don't have to get too precise. I'm leaving a little bit of a white edge, but that is also personal. And you kind of turn the paper as you cut, and that makes it a lot easier. And then once your little webbed feet they're not webbed actually, it's not a duck. If you ever bird watch, it's amazing how delicate these little guys are. So I'm tempted to keep going, but first finish your other foot. It's not really a foot, but I'm calling it that. Little bird claw, what would you call it? I don't really know. And the second one's a little trickier. I don't know if I should have gone around. I should have done both little bits first and then gone in around, but it's really important to do the tricky bits first. Then the rest of it is smooth sailing. Oh, I almost cut it off. Woo! Okay, now we're good. It's, yeah, okay. I was just making sure I was on camera. There's a lot to think of when you do a video. You're talking, you're cutting, you're stamping. You want to make sure you're talking loudly or loudly enough. Maybe some of you are happy that you can't hear me very well. It's like, oh, now I can just see what she's doing. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's not nice when the volume isn't adequate. Now do make sure on your device that you also have your volume turned up all the way. And perhaps a desktop or an like, oh, look at that, is better than a phone. I don't know. Oh, look at that. I just got my hand in the ink pad. I wonder, I'm curious if I can wipe my hand off on my glass mat. Yeah, you can. Glass mat is great. Okay, so now I'm going to leave this, I'm going to put this down flat, okay? And then we're going to pop up the white part. You can tell that my edge is a little raggedy. I need to clean my trough and then my blade will work much better. You can also use a sanding block to sand off your rough edges. Okay, it's a bit of a pain, but okay, so now we're going to get some dimensionals. Here we go, and pop this up. And then in the next card, we are going to emboss that layer as well. And then you guys can tell me which card you like better. So I'm going to just put some here as well. There, just because this is all open, I want to make sure that there's enough stability in this card. I just love the combination of the Irresistible Blooms dies with the Meandering Meadow paper. This paper is stunning. Okay, and now I'm going to stand up. There. And now we're going to also pop up our bird. It looks really nice. Like, this looks ridiculous now, but once the bird is there, you will see that it's quite lovely. There. 1, 2, and what I like about these birds is that they echo the colors in the Meandering Meadow. Oh, there. And it also has the same artistic style. You've got that watercolor Monet look, okay? You could also like spatter with a blend. That would look nice too, to give a little speckle in the background. Do you want me to show you that? I could show you that. So here we go. I've got a bone folder and I have a blend. Now, any shade of dark brown, this is actually retired soft suede. And what you're going to do is just give it a good sharp tap. See? There. How cool is that? So now it changes the look entirely. You've got a bit more of a rustic look. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Sometimes I have to tap a few more times. So, and it doesn't hurt your blend at all. Okay, so we have that one. And now we're going to do the blue one. Okay, so we have this. We've decided that we want this paper in behind. I'm going to trim it up 4 inches. And then, actually just a little bit less perhaps. Okay, and then again at 5 3/8. I'm going to wait with cutting it again. But what we want to do is I want to run this through an embossing folder. Now the original card, I used the Fern embossing folder, but I don't have that one here. So I'm going to use Cascading Ruffles. So you're going to see the difference. Okay, so this is the embossing folder that I used. I haven't used this in forever. Let's take a look with how it turned out. Let's see. Yeah, that looks really cool. It's almost like you're looking at the curtains around a window. And I like it like so. So I'm going to cut off about 1 inch off the bottom. And then because we have all that interest going on the card with the embossing, now I have to find my card base. Oh, girl. Okay, I was being too hard on myself. I didn't have a card base because I wanted to show you. So this is 8.5 by 11. If you go in and score at 4 1/4, so that's right here, and the scoring blade is the light gray one, go all the way up and down a few times, and then lift up your thing, turn it sideways, and then go to 5 1/2. And then you have cut 2 cards with 1 cut. There you go. And then I like to use my block. So, and then we're just going to lay this on here just to see where I want it to go. And do I want a little bit more sky? It's just like so. Yeah, that makes me happy. All right. So the cutting and the scoring that's a standard card size, so that you score at 4 1/4 and cut at 5 1/2. And the other way is to do the opposite. You score at 5 1/2 and then you cut at 4 1/4. But those are the 2 numbers, the 5 1/2 and 4 1/4. Those are the numbers you want to remember if you live in North America. In Europe, it's different. We'll go into that next week. So now here I'm going to pop this up again. And then we have a slight white edge all the way around. But you'll see, I'll show them side by side in a minute. The cards, even though they've used the exact same products except a different embossing folder, give you a completely different look. It's really fascinating. Okay, dimensionals. Um, so it's nice for you to see that when I use different products to see what it looks like. And then you can choose which you prefer. I just discovered that most of my embossing folders are in the Netherlands. So I've done a reversal, right? I live more in the Netherlands now, so I have actually more supplies in Holland. I just have more retired supplies here. But yeah, I can't keep everything in both countries. I'd go broke. So there, I've pressed this down. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp the word hello again. And I thought I had it on a block. I think I moved it. All right. I'm going to stamp it over here. And then I have a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. And guess where you find that, baby? That's right, online exclusives, not in the catalog. So you just hold it upside down, slide your cardstock in. Now it's bigger than the one that I used. I think I used a 2 1/4 or a 1 1/4 inch um, circle punch but it's retired. So let me do something different. So I've got hello. That seems really big for that circle, but let's play for a minute. Let's have a look. So here we have hello, and then I'm thinking like so, or let's see, like so. Hello. Yeah, it's like the bird is saying hello. That's kind of cute. I like that. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put some adhesive along the bottom here. Not popping it up. My card's going to get too thick. But we'll pop up the bird. So here. It's also nice to have the eye goes from 1 to 2 to 3. So then here is going to be the bird. And the bird is going to have 2 dimensionals. 1, 2. And then you can tell me in a minute which one you like better. I haven't told many stories today. There. It's kind of cute the way the bird is. Looks like he's just hello is coming out of his mouth. Okay, let's clear the clutter. So we have put the lid on. Ink pad. Okay, now tell me which one you like better. Now you can see the difference in card sizes. Do you see how much taller? This is European card size, and this one is Canadian. And it's just a little taller and a little narrower, okay? But you can see this is a busier pattern and this is a bigger, bolder ruffle. So this card just looks completely different than this one, but it also has to do with the fact that it is a little bit wider. And I was thinking about putting a bird on here, but I thought it was too busy. So that's the one set of cards. And then here are the other set of cards. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with your friends, share it to Pinterest. All the sharing really helps me and the comments, and it just really makes me feel like you are a part of my stamping community, and that's just awesome because it really is all about community and it's about changing the world one card at a time. I hope you have a super day, and please let me know if I can help you in any way at all. All right, bye.